Hello and welcome back to the Thoughts on Wrestling podcast. Holy hell, it's back. We're now on Twitch doing it live because I'm too lazy to edit. Good lord. It's all very exciting. Here we are. It's me, Bobby, Rob, whatever you want to call me, and joined as ever by Dan. Dan, how are you, sir?
Hi, Rob. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I feel like every time we do this, we talk about how it's been a while since we've done this. But quite frankly, that's because I've made it no secret that I've been a bit down on wrestling recently. Ever since WrestleMania 33, really. That's been a downward slope for me. But I still love NXT. Fuck it. Let's talk wrestling again. Even though I'm completely out of the loop, I'm super casual these days. Probably drive everybody mad by not knowing a fucking thing that's going on. But that's where I'm hoping you'll be able to guide me ever so slightly.
I can try my best.
You've been paying more attention than me. I think that's fair to say.
Sort of. I've gone on and off a bit, but NXT still where it's at.
I mean, you're saying you're going off it. You're the guy planning on going to WrestleMania next year.
Yeah, which is not so far. I don't know. I'm in the midst of two different mindsets now.
Oh, you're having doubts?
Not doubts. So just maybe I want something more in my adult life now. Maybe it's time for.
Well, on the plus side, you're not going to have to see Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar again.
That is true.
So the only way is forward, as far as I'm concerned.
It'll be The Rock and Roman Reigns.
I'd watch that, to be fair. I'd watch anything with The Rock in it, as people who know my movie choices would attest to. So anyway, we're here to talk about NXT Brooklyn 4. And maybe we might dabble on some other bits and bobs. But before that, I thought we'd talk very briefly about the UK shows, the UK tournament, and more specifically, just everything that happened at the Royal Albert Hall, which obviously leads into NXT and just the landscape of British wrestling at the moment. Which, actually, I've just had a question pop into my head. How much World of Sport wrestling have you been watching, Daniel?
I watched the first episode.
Yeah?
And that's it.
See, I watched the first half of the first episode. That's it.
I'm sorry, but the camera works just put me off completely.
Yeah, it was very amateur. I didn't like the fact that it was at 5 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. Yeah, everything about it put me off.
I don't mind that, to be honest. It's a Saturday, by the way. But,
is it? Whenever.
Yeah. I don't mind that, because sometimes, it might be nice to watch things before you go out on the lash, but yeah, no, just the camera work is just the camera work, the announcing, the production looks, it's too much game showy, and I don't want that on my wrestling.
It does feel like a very cheap ITV game show, the entire aspect of it. But of course, go for it.
I said I'm not the only one, because now they're literally doing very minimal numbers now. Literally, they had 1 million and something first week, and second of all, they went half of that.
Oh, really?
So,
well, to be honest, you got to make a good first impression, especially on TV, or people just turn off. I mean, for Christ's sake, I still haven't watched a single episode of 205 Live, for example, because
I watched a couple. It's improved, but
the first one's tarnished the idea to me. I never really liked the idea in the first place, so I stopped watching.
What's wrong is there's too much bloody wrestling around.
I
haven't got time for that.
That's the other thing, is I started getting burnout, so which is why I focus these days on when I do decide to pay attention in those rare blips and blops. It's New Japan main events and NXT main events, to be honest.
How much of the G1 did you watch?
I watched very little of the G1. I'm trying to. I think I watched 2 matches. Like, if you ask me what they were, I couldn't remember.
I started the first 2 days, then missed most of it. Then saw the Omega Ishii match, which everyone raved about. Then also the last 3 nights.
Yeah.
To be honest, they were pretty good. So, but yeah, there's too much wrestling going on. It's hard to keep up these days.
Well, there's going to be even more because obviously they're recording the UK NXT show as well.
Did you check out the results of the Cambridge show?
No. I'll watch that when it comes out.
You're not missing much, to be honest. So don't worry.
That's fine. We considered going, but in the end we decided to give it a pass at this particular occasion. But I must admit, I'm not looking that forward to it. They've obviously got some really good big names in the UK scene, and who have started to also drift over to the American scene as well. But yeah, I don't know.
I'll watch it still because it's our country, and we do all right wrestling, I guess.
I think I was really put off attending it when the UK. When WWE messed around with the Albert Hall, because this is the long story is I wanted to rant about how expensive tickets were at the Royal Albert Hall and how disappointing it was to see the fantastic, beautiful building practically empty because they were charging ridiculous money.
Well, that and a combination of they put it on the first night on a England match of the World Cup.
Well, yeah, they put it on a Monday and Tuesday during the World Cup on days that England played, on a day that England played. So that wasn't the help. But at the same time, like, oh man, so it, yeah.
Well, I saw the prices for Cambridge. They were a lot cheaper than they were for the Albert Hall show. But
well, they had to be because the Corn Exchange is not in the same league as the Albert Hall as venue.
Yeah,
it's a nice building. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the same thing. The wrestling was okay. The second night was definitely a better night, but that was more of an NXT house show, to be honest. Televised, to be fair, which had a brilliant tag team match in it.
Did you watch it back when it came on?
I haven't watched it back yet, actually. I probably should because I loved that match. I think you probably remember how much I loved that match. And not just because my boys Mustache Mountain won, but just in general, I think a lot of people really enjoyed that match and didn't really expect the titles to change, but then were absolutely bloody delighted when they did.
I just remember your reaction, just looking at me and going, "Title change."
I told
literally
you
a minute later it happens.
I told you for that entire match that there was a title change happening, and I may have started out not necessarily believing it myself, but towards the end, I was like, "Dan, there's definitely a title change coming now. It's coming. I can feel it building."
You should have put a belt on with me. I probably would have lost that. I would have lost easily with that.
I could feel it in me bones, a title change coming there. Yeah, that was a brilliant match. The second night was fantastic, it's got to be said.
Did you see the TV match between them?
I didn't, no, but I'm told it was fantastic.
Yeah, well, if Dave Meltzer gives it 5 stars to the first TV match WWE's ever got, and to be honest, I'll give him credit, it is pretty damn good. It is better than the Albert Hall show. But yeah, I would definitely check that out when you get a chance.
I will. As I have, I got the network back to watch NXT, so I'll rewind the clock and watch the TV show before I cancel it again at the end of the month. So
yeah, same.
Yeah,
I'll cancel it until November when War Games comes on.
Yeah, basically that's my plan. Yeah, so NXT. Still the brand to be on. UK NXT hopefully will be similar to NXT in quality.
Apparently they're crowning their new women's champion in Birmingham on this weekend coming up.
Oh, nice. That'll be pretty neat. I look forward to watching it. But again, same time, there's so much wrestling in the world right now that you're gonna drown me out if you're not too careful. And I've only just dipped my toe back in the water to say hi again. So please don't launch 8 new shows, WWE, for Christ's sake. Shall we talk about? We've rambled for a while now. Shall we talk about the actual show itself?
Let's do it.
Also, hey Stubo, thanks for saying hi. Yeah, those are the handsome gents you came for. Right, let's talk NXT Brooklyn 4. I thought the show... In fact, you know what? You know what, Dan? I'm going to let you give me your summary of the show to start off with. Go for it.
I thought it was a shit show.
Whoa!
I thought SummerSlam was better. No, I'm kidding. Of course not. No, of course not. Brilliant show as always. There's never been a bad takeover. We've said this every time we've done one of these, and there hasn't. So, yeah, great show. Great wrestling. Great moments. Great everything. They're just great.
NXT is a standard above the rest of American wrestling, certainly. They just seem to have a crisper presentation. They seem more focused on everything. The storytelling, even when they make some blips and you're like, that's just a stupid decision, we shouldn't have done that. You can see where they're coming from and where it works. I thought this was a good show overall. I don't think it was the best NXT takeover ever. I think that's fair to say.
What is the best NXT takeover in your opinion?
I don't know. If I'm completely honest with you, I do not know.
I'm still saying the Dallas show we went to.
That was brilliant. It's got to be said. The San Jose house show, before they started doing proper linked pay-per-views, WrestleMania 31 was brilliant as well. But as for actual, which was the takeover that had the Pete Dunne Tyler Bate title match on it?
That was Chicago, Takeover Chicago last year. So yeah, it was the one where Ciampa turns on Gargano.
Yeah, I think it might be that one in my heart, because
that's good. Yeah,
that was brilliant. That was a brilliant show in general. I'm gonna go rewatch that actually. Fuck it. Not right now, obviously. I'm gonna finish this little podcast, but I will rewatch that. I'm gonna add that to my rewatch list as well, because. Yeah, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate had like the match of the night, near like match of the year, in my opinion. It was that good from what I saw. And then they just like forgot the UK guys existed on NXT for ages, like straight away afterwards. It was a bit weird.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so like I say, probably not the best takeover ever. I thought 3 the matches were good. 2 were really good. 1 was good. And 2 I could miss. Give or take. Don't care. I'll go into those a bit later. I just want to get a couple of things off my chest first, though. I don't know if you'll agree with me or not. But I'm bored of the too sweet chant after every 2 count now.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with that one.
Yeah, that's gone 100%. On too long. We need a new joke.
Or when I go 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, not interested in that. Everyone needs to come on, get a new joke. Not cool anymore. Although I did make a note earlier in the night saying, "Oh God, they're going to do the goddamn 10 count throughout every single 10 count in the last man standing match."
I didn't even think of that, actually.
And you know what? They didn't. They actually didn't. So fair play. You know, I've criticized them for their too sweet count. I'm going to give them props for not doing that. I'll go into other reasons, like why I don't think last man standing matches are the greatest matches of all time or anything. But that would have made it far worse. So, you know, fair play. You didn't do it. Well done. Shall we start talking about the first match, Daniel?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Right, so the first match is obviously the third part of the trilogy. I'm like a bookend. I've seen the first one and the last one, and you've seen the middle. So we've got it all covered. Oh, to be fair, you've seen all 3, but shut up. Defending tag team champions, Undisputed Era versus Mustache Mountain. As I said earlier, my boys, Mustache Mountain. Going at it again. NXT has a tag team division that has been brilliant for donkey's years at this point. I think it's probably been the strongest part of the show for 3 years. Consistently stronger than every other aspect. What do you say to that comment?
I agree with that, absolutely. We've had some. Well, I mean, like there's been some decent matches. Obviously, Revival DIY.
Yeah.
Even the Authors of Pain had some good matches with.
Brilliant matches with the Authors of Pain. You had before that. You obviously had. Yeah, you mentioned the Revival, my favorite tag team. American Alpha were brilliant. Do you remember when Enzo and Cass? That's right, I said it. Enzo and Cass. You remember when Enzo and Cass were brilliant? No. Let's be credit where credit's due. There might be, whatever. Get the present. But they were an over tag team, and they did really well.
They were. I rewatched I got a video on my phone of when they debuted on Raw, and I forgot how over they were.
Yeah, exactly. People were well excited to see them. Yeah, and it's just like the tag team division is just brilliant. And now you've got Mustache Mountain, and you've got Undisputed Era doing brilliant stuff as well.
We've got the War Raiders now.
The War Raiders, who we'll get to. I love this match. Probably match of the night for me, if I'm honest.
Yeah, mine too. I was sort of debating that or Ricochet, Adam Cole, but yeah, I think this one was my match of the night. And I knew it straight away after the match. I was like, yeah, this might not be topped. And I think Ricochet, Adam Cole was close enough, but yeah, this one, it was just fantastic again.
The North American title had some great moments, but I think as a match, this one was the better one. I'm a bit of a sucker for a crafty heel, a crafty bad guy who bends the rules, but is mostly just smart about it. He doesn't just get a chair and hit somebody. He's like, I love it when the ref's got his back turned. Kyle O'Reilly's got Tyler Bate in a leg lock, and Strong pulls him closer to the corner, so it's harder for him to get the tag to escape. Brilliant stuff. I love shit like that. Like hitting Bates' leg into the pole when the ref's not looking again. Like, old school.
Old school. Yes. There we go. Old school.
Just, I love it. The crowd loved it, or rather the crowd hated it in the right way, which is always pleasant to see.
Can we just talk about how Kyle O'Reilly is the greatest wrestler ever?
We can briefly talk about how Kyle O'Reilly is the greatest wrestler ever if you want to.
Well, I would just like to say that he is the greatest wrestler ever. His selling is the best, and also him, Eric Time, the tag team title is like literally my highlight of every time I watch him on TV.
I rewatched that match this morning actually, and just as Mustache Mountain get in the ring, they do their roll in and they stand up and they're about to do the towel onto the rope, and they kind of square up against each other a little bit, and Kyle O'Reilly's just like in a prone, not prone. He's like crouching a bit. He's just being such an arrogant. He's like kind of doing some karate stuff, but just so arrogant and such an ass about everything.
I saw a couple of interviews before Takeover, like the weekend before, like on the weekend of Takeover, and every time Kyle O'Reilly gets interviewed, he's got the belt with him, and he's literally like, what do you call it, like fixing the string on the belt, so he's acting like a guitar. And he's like turning the knobs over to fix the strings on the guitar.
Oh, he's tuning.
Yeah, he's tuning. Yeah,
that's amazing.
I'm just like, oh, you are literally a legend.
That's fantastic. Yeah. No, this match, loved it.
Did you think there was gonna be a title change?
I must admit, I didn't think there was going to be a title change, but I wanted there to be a title change. And sometimes when you want there to be a title change, you allow yourself to be tricked ever so slightly. And there are a couple of moments in this match where both Seven and Bate had like little mini runs of domination where they cleaned house, did some big moves. And I was like, ooh, maybe. And then obviously it doesn't quite pay off.
Tyler Bates, fucking hell. I mention this all the time, but at his age, I get so upset because I'm old. He's like 20, 21, and he's literally halfway to become a millionaire.
Well, it's okay to be jealous. Let's be honest about it. It's okay to be jealous.
And he's a big, strong boy.
He's a big, strong boy. I tell you what, there, you know how I always give Dean Ambrose shit for his stupid, wacky clothesline?
Yes.
Yeah, constantly. Every time I see Dean Ambrose, I'm like, fuck's sake, Dean Ambrose, stupid clothesline. Well, you know how sometimes he does it on the outside, like, and he jumps up onto the apron and swings around and then clotheslines someone?
Are you going to talk about where Tyler Bate does his little...
does his shoulder springboard off?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was like, that's how you do a fucking move, Dean Ambrose. That was amazing. Don't do it too often. Don't do it too often. I think
Dean Ambrose has stopped doing the wacky line, whatever it's called now.
Well, hopefully he's come back and he's going to be more of a serious little boy. But I haven't seen anything really since he's back, so...
Well, it's only been a couple of days.
If he could stop doing the wacky line, apart from for big occasions, that'd be grand, in my opinion. Don't do every match. Come on. Yeah, I tell you what, I also really enjoyed the towel spot with Seven almost calling it a day, and then refusing to.
Do you know how the match for the second match finishes?
Yeah. I know. I know. I knew what it was calling to. I'm pretty sure they showed it in the promo package as well, actually. So anyone who didn't know about it.
Was that in the pre-show? I don't remember promo package at the beginning.
I'm sure I saw it.
Did they show clips of, like, a brief clip of it?
I'm sure I saw it. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm just hallucinating.
I can't remember. It's been a couple of days.
Yeah. Anyway, either way, I knew what it was a call back to, so that was cool.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
And then and that's the moment where Strong pulls O'Reilly, who has Bate in a leg lock, back into his corner. That's the crafty buggers.
Sneaky heroes.
It reminded me of the Revival, because I always used to say, bang on about how great the Revival were, because they never really did that much cheating. They were just always smarter than everyone else.
It reminded me of the Revival. It reminded me of the Brainbusters.
Yeah. I love it. Kyle O'Reilly, of course, kicked out of a burning hammer knee to the face combination.
He learned from his mistake from the first time.
That, I must admit, was another moment where I was like, ooh?
Title change?
But I didn't have the Albert Hall title change feeling. I didn't feel it in my bones, unfortunately. I just thought the match was a roller coaster. I loved it.
Well, to be honest, I think Mustache Man are going to get the UK tag title, so...
Oh, yeah, I think they will, which is fine. I'd just like the UK guys to be on the NXT more often. Like,
yes.
The big boys, like, basically British strong style.
But at the same time, I don't, because then it's one step closer to a call-up to the main roster.
Yeah.
And we don't need that, because I bet you they're having too much fun right now.
Oh yeah, flying around the world doing little silly indie shows where they just look like they're having an absolute blast. Yeah, I was disappointed they didn't win, my boys, but fair enough. And then after the match, War Raiders attacked the Undisputed Era. And I just need to mention specifically, the only real note I've written down here is that pop-up into a body slam was
tremendous,
fantastic. Holy shit, I loved it.
Yeah, they're two big good lads.
Yeah, that's the first time I've actually seen the War Raiders in WWE. I've seen them pre-WWE as a War Machine.
Yeah, I saw I've seen them once on TV. I've been like in and out in NXT, so I've watched like random episodes. But yeah, I've seen them once, and yeah, they're pretty much similar to what they were as War Machine. So
yeah, but with a slightly worse name.
War Raiders is alright. They could have done worse.
It reminds me too much of that guy who says you've got no fans. What football team does he support?
Oh,
Warstone Raiders, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
It
Yeah,
reminds me of the Warstone Raiders. You got no fans. Don't know why that's popped up into my head all of a sudden.
Someone needs to adopt that gimmick. I'm surprised no one in the UK has actually done that.
Got no fans.
Right, that's it. I'm going to try to be a wrestler, and then that's my gimmick.
That's your gimmick, is it? Fair enough.
Yeah, because it's old, so I'll be old, so it worked out.
I'll be old. Hello.
So we agree that it's War Raiders versus Undisputed Era versus Mustache Mountain or British Strong Style at War Games. In the War Games.
Yeah, that I could see that happening. That would make sense. I can't think of any other combination of who it would be at this precise moment in time. So
I don't know if they'll do like 3 like they did last year. So they'll do Pete, Tyler, Trent versus Adam, Carl, and Roderick against the War Raiders and Ricochet. But then that means not having your tag team titles and North American title defended. Which realize I'm actually that didn't bother me, but
yeah, I think you could get away with that once, and you'd still have the women's and the NXT title defended as well. So it's not the end of the day.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could see it happening. Or how close is Fish to returning?
I don't know, but he's been featured a lot more recently, so I'm thinking he's...
Yeah, so they might be able to squeeze him in instead of Adam Cole, and Ricochet could have a rematch or something. Or maybe Ricochet would fight somebody else and he wouldn't be involved at all. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, match of the night, in my opinion. Great opener. You can always trust the NXT Tag Team division, more or less, to put on a brilliant match. Anything else you want to say on that one?
I think we already said it. Great match. Great start to the show. I love both teams.
Perfect. Right. Moving on then. We've got the Velveteen Dream versus EC3. Here's a question for you, Dan. In WWE world, does the EC3 stand for anything?
Well, no.
Oh.
Unless they want to hire Dixie Carter, and then
I could see them doing that one day. I genuinely could.
I'm surprised they haven't.
Bring her
I
in.
bet she's probably looking for money right now.
Be amazing. I'd dig it. Tell you what I didn't dig though was the promo package before this match. I thought it was really weird. Didn't enjoy it at all. What did you think about it?
I didn't mind it at all.
It was. I didn't like all the fake After Effects gold and purple smoke they kept adding to everything.
I've seen worse promo packages.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's the worst promo package of all time. I'm just saying it. All I'm saying is I was kind of looking forward to the match, and then I saw that package, and I was suddenly not looking forward to the match as much.
I love it every time someone asks Velveteen Dream a question, or not all the time, but sometimes asks Dream a question. He goes, "The Dream just have no memories of that." I'm like, I think I can't remember which one it was. It was a promo package for him, and someone asked him about when he was on Tough Enough, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't have no memories of that." I was like, "Oh, you legend."
Tell you what did you think of Dream's message on his pants?
Why did he do that? He's fucked. He is so fucked if he goes on that main roster.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
I would have said, don't do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the second people get called up, they seem to just... Yeah. I mean, again, I haven't been watching, so I don't really know, but you've been paying attention. What's Bobby Roode doing?
Fuck all.
What's Asuka doing?
Oh my god, she's nothing. She's done. Her aura's gone.
What's Andres Almas doing?
He's in a feud with Rusev.
Okay, cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. Finn Balor. What's he doing? Is he finally doing anything useful?
He's been doing jobs the big banter, Constable Corbin.
Well, you've probably been loving that, but everyone else probably hates it. This is my point. The second you go off with the main roster, you're fucked.
Yep. That's why I think now with their new TV contract, they should just pay everyone at NXT and give them option if they want to go to the main roster.
I would honestly have it. I'd have it in my contract. Yeah. I'll do 3 years in NXT. Call me up. No.
Or just having a contract. Call me up when Triple H takes over.
All right. So I thought this match was a bit of a step down from the opener. I thought they relied heavily on doing on big, powerful moves, but I didn't really. Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine it's just sort of not the piss spray, but like sort of the come down from the previous match. I mean, it was an alright match. I mean, I didn't really get into it for the last few minutes, but yeah.
No, I found myself not really into it as much. It kind of it's not quite perhaps the best example, but do you remember the second once in a lifetime match between Cena and The Rock, where they just ended up doing big moves to each other, like, and going for a pin? That's kind of what it reminded me like. Like they do big move, big move, and there was no like build to anything. That's what it kind of reminded me, but not quite identical. However, that might be harsh, to be fair. Tell me if I'm being harsh, Dan.
Oh, you'll know. But I think we have a similar mindset, so we're still good.
Fair enough. However, the ending of the Dream Valley Driver, as it's called, and then follow up elbow from the top rope were crisp as fuck, especially that Dream Valley Driver. Like,
I think they've got a new thing for doing moves on the apron.
Well, it's the hardest bit of the ring, mate. I don't know if you knew that.
Well, one clip I saw from SummerSlam, to briefly go off topic, but in the end of the Jeff Hardy Nakamura match, Jeff Hardy decides to do a swanton bomb and miss and hit the apron.
Oh.
And he has a bad back right now, and he's injured as fuck. So why he did that, I never know. But yeah.
Well, you know, baby faces are the stupidest people in the world in wrestling world, so.
Well, in WWE world, yes.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, I must admit, I don't have too much to say about this match, other than I didn't like the promo package. The match didn't really drag me in too much. Oh, I think at one point the crowd got distracted by something happening on the ramp. But I couldn't tell what it was. So.
Yeah, I don't remember that, to be honest.
And then Dan
doesn't have remembered it.
Dan has no memory of that.
No memory.
And then that Dream Valley Driver was crisp at the end, so fair enough.
So do you think he gets called up? Because he hasn't on Raw, from what I can tell. So he's SmackDown still to come.
Oh, he's a SmackDown boy for certain. For certain. If he gets called up, he's going to SmackDown. I'm willing to put a bet on this right now.
No, I agree. I agree with you.
For God's sake, how am I going to make any money from you if you keep agreeing with me?
Maybe we should bet on who he does jobs to first.
Who would he be?
Because I don't know if he'll come in as a heel or a babyface.
I reckon he'd lose to someone stupid. Oh no! I tell you what would happen is he'd end up being in a tag team with Goldust. That's what would happen. And he'd be like freaked out by Goldust being weird. You know,
See,
I'm right.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm not. That would not surprise you one bit.
I don't know. Give it 2 years, he's going to be in a tag team with Gold.
2 years? Give it a week.
Fair enough. EC3, has he impressed you since he came up to NXT? Came back to NXT? He doesn't really seem to have done anything. I know focus is probably elsewhere at the moment.
I briefly saw him in TNA, and it was like, it didn't impress me there either. So,
well, in TNA, he was like from the clips I've seen, because I'm not going to admit to have watched too much TNA. I'm not going to claim to be an expert or anything. But he seemed to be the main guy at the time, and he seemed to be really benefit from the focus. But in NXT, he certainly hasn't had really much focus on him at all yet. And maybe that'll change as people get shuffled around and stuff. But
well, think because they've got such a stacked roster right now, and they keep bloody adding more people in, so less.
Well, that's true.
So people are going to get less time.
Well, yeah, absolutely. So
it could be Ricochet's first challenge for the North American title, I guess.
yeah, that's true actually. Yeah.
So, to be honest, I'm quite glad they do have a mid-card title now, because that's...
They kind of needed it, didn't they? Kind of did.
Yeah.
Speaking of people moving up, though. Turning up. Matt Riddle showed up. Holy shit. The much rumoured Matt Riddle.
What did you think? What did you think of his outfit?
I thought it was pretty... I can't really remember it, if I'm honest with you. I was desperately... I know he was wearing a hat, obviously.
He was wearing a nice blue suit, a hat, and then if you see a photo on Twitter, he was wearing flip-flops.
Was he wearing shorts and flip-flops, or...
No, he wasn't.
Trousers.
He was wearing a full suit and just trousers and flip-flops.
Well, you know what? Fair enough. I mean, if you're...
California guy.
If you're confident enough to rock that look, then touché.
But Rob, I have a little game for you.
Oh, yeah?
Rob, how high was Matt Riddle?
On that night, probably not high at all. I feel like at other events we should have like maybe I'll even edit it so that we can have 5 high Matt Riddle faces appear on the screen so he can be rated out of 5. How
I like the sound of that.
And say, yeah, today Matt Riddle is quite clearly 3.5 high Matt Riddles out of 5.
I like that.
No, he's going to be on his best behaviour if the rumours are to be believed.
Did you hear how he got signed?
No, tell me a tale.
So what happened was, because he was working for Evolve, who've got a working relationship with WWE, he got an email from New Japan, so they want to sign him. So he told Gabe Sapolsky, who runs Evolve, and then Gabe Sapolsky went to Triple H, told him this. Triple H, so literally the day he got the email, he got a phone call from Triple H that same day. They talked on the phone for about half an hour, and then they signed him there and then.
Well, there you go. And people accuse them of just buying up talent so other companies can't use them. I don't know where that's coming from.
Yeah, I know. It's not happened for like 30, 40 years, you know.
I think, personally, it would have been very cool to see Matt Riddle in New Japan. Although he might have had some trouble in Japan. If you know what I mean.
He probably what's the charges if you get caught with weed?
I don't know, but didn't Evan Bourne get in big trouble?
Yeah.
What's his name? Like, he got in serious
trouble.
Yeah,
Matt said that, yeah. I don't know why I was thinking death penalty. It was like death penalty. See, green stuff. That's a bit.
I was going to make a joke about it being the death penalty, and then I thought maybe that's not the best, most tactful thing I could do. So I kind of pulled back on that one, if I'm honest. But you know, yeah. So maybe that's why he signed with WWE. Anyway, Matt Riddle, another huge signing for NXT and WWE in general.
And maybe more to come.
Well, I think there's always going to be more to come because they've just decided to buy everyone.
Oh, yeah. But obviously, the beginning of next year is going to be a very interesting time in this world.
Oh, yeah. Why is that, Dan?
Well, you know, a certain few contracts will be expiring.
Oh, yeah? Who's that? Who could you possibly be referring to, Daniel?
Well, certain Young Bucks.
Oh, yeah.
And so Mr. Omega.
Oh, yeah. You reckon they'll be going to UK NXT, do you? You reckon that's where they'll be going?
To be honest, yes, I'll happily take them UK NXT than rather the bloody main roster.
I can just imagine Vince going, yes, we signed the Young Bucks. Put them in NXT UK. And then fire them. Because that's my Vince impression. Yeah. Haven't had to pull the Vince impression out in a while. I feel like it was a little bit rusty.
I do like your Vince impression. It's very good.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Anything else you want to say at this point? Oh, also, yes, it will be fascinating to see what the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega do. Although I imagine they'll just troll the shit out of everybody on being the elite and then just sign with New Japan anyway because they can make so much money doing it.
Do not sign. Begging you, do not sign. Just don't sign. If you can get this out to them, just don't sign.
Dan says don't sign, Kenny. Hashtag don't sign.
Let's start a movement.
North American title? Want to talk about it?
Yes.
No? Don't want to talk about
it? Yeah, why not? Why not?
Fair enough. What did you think of the match, Dan?
Another fantastic match. Like I said, this was close to being my match of the night, but I thought, tag team titles. You get the edge there, but yeah, I really enjoyed this. I love the last few minutes of this match. As you know, Adam Cole is just the best. Again, actually, forget Kyle O'Reilly. Adam Cole is the greatest wrestler of all time. I've said this many times, and I'll keep saying this until I die.
I do enjoy Adam Cole. I think he's a great character.
He's got megastar written all over him.
Yeah,
and when he goes to the main roster, he's fucked. So enjoy him while we can.
I'm starting to notice a trend that you've got a very negative aspect and a view on the main roster, Daniel.
Well, let's see some fucking changes. It's going to keep that way.
Oh dear. I'm slightly concerned about Ricochet as well, if I'm honest with you. I think, obviously...
Well, Richard O'Shea is going 205, my friend.
Richard O'Shea. The fact that Serena didn't know that we were talking about Ricochet whenever we said Richard O'Shea, and we've been talking about Richard O'Shea for like the last year, for her to finally pop up in the chat going, oh.
Hey, she's got a busy life.
No, it's because she's American and she doesn't quite get our English
Banter.
Random comments. Yeah, I'm slightly concerned about Richard. Because obviously he's fantastic and he's a flip machine and he's a human highlight reel and a walking GIF generator and all of that. But WWE like characters, and I didn't really see much of a character being displayed.
He could put a mask back on and be Prince Puma.
Yeah, fair enough. That's actually very true. I just felt like a lot of the character work was coming from Cole, and then the commentators were saying, "Oh, look at him, he's trying real hard." I was like, "Oh, bit ropey." But I love Ricochet, and hopefully, and he's clearly got charisma. So just, and again, it might just be a thing where I haven't been paying any attention to NXT, so I've missed it all. I don't know.
Well, to be honest, he hasn't been on that much. He's been sort of injured. Last few. Yeah, he apparently messed his shoulder up when they did a show in France when he did a dive. So they've kept him off TV because they wanted him to be 100% healthy for the Adam Cole match.
Fair enough. Well, it looked like he was, so that's good.
Yeah, so...
Okay, so we kind of briefly mentioned it earlier. What do you reckon is coming for Cole now that he's lost the North American title? Spoiler, he lost the North American title, by the way.
And what do you think of the finish of the jumping hurricane off the apron?
Yeah, I love that, and
a beautiful 630, which I fucking love that move.
Yeah, no, but I mean, obviously,
but we haven't talked about the human highlight reel of the backflip into the super kick.
Oh, how could I forget? What? Jesus Christ! So right, so even my non-wrestling friend, that implies that I only have one friend who doesn't like wrestling. One of my non-wrestling friends sent me that super kick moonsault gif the next day going, holy shit, this is amazing. So I think that speaks wonders about how...
It's perfectly timed. How they got that perfectly timed.
It's spot on. It's just plonks him right in the... I think it's mostly the shoulder to be fair, but it looks...
It's like the neck, sort of the neck, but yeah, it looks fantastic.
Slow motion. Just brilliant. Loved it. And that's what you get with Ricochet. Just marvelous moments like that. And I tell you what, I actually really like the opening where Ricochet was starting to do all of his cool flips and stuff. And Cole was trying to react and he was ducking under a clothesline. And you know the shtick. And then just in the middle of it, Cole just goes for a super kick. And it's just Ricochet's like, oh shit. Fuck.
I did like when he did the handspring to the ropes, and then Cole just put the backstabber onto him.
Oh, that was great as well. Yeah, this match was packed full of really good wrestling.
See, two fine professional wrestlers.
Yeah. No, this was a really good match. Like we said at the very start, like this was a close running for match of the night. It was almost there. It was real good. Anyway, but to my question though, that we kind of got sidetracked from answering was Cole. Is he moving up to the NXT title, or is he staying at North American title level for a little bit longer?
Well, I think it is time for him to go up for the NXT title run, but if Ciampa is spoiler alert, Ciampa is still a champion, right? So we'll be talking about it in a bit.
You've ruined the next 10 minutes of the podcast, Dan.
No one's listening, Roll. Come on, we're just doing this for bants.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So anyway, So if there was a babyface champion, then I could have seen Cole take the title from that person. But I don't know at the moment. I don't know. Maybe they might wait until WrestleMania weekend. I don't know. I literally do not know. I do think they're going to put him in War Games with his group against British Strong Style against War Raiders and Richard O'Shea. But
yeah, you're very set on Richard O'Shea being in that match as well.
That's because I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if they're going to. They did the freeway tag last year, so I don't know if they might stick to the same one.
Jumping ahead though, who do you reckon's next for challenging for the NXT title? Do you reckon it will be Aleister Black coming back?
I don't know. I did think Matt Riddle at one point because I imagine they're gonna. I imagine he's actually not going to stay in NXT that long, and they're going to put him to the main roster.
You can never quite tell, really, can you? Sometimes I feel like they just shove them straight up. Sometimes they hold them a little bit longer and let them mature like a fine wine.
Keith Lee is another one. I don't know. Have you seen anything of Keith Lee before?
I've seen a couple of matches, highlights. I wouldn't even say full matches from Keith Lee. Prior to NXT.
He's tremendous, so I think he could. Yeah, I don't know. Aleister Black, Black maybe if he comes back. Well, it depends on this storyline that they've done, which we'll talk about in a bit. But yeah.
Well, brilliant match. The sort of thing you'd expect from Cole and Ricochet, to be fair. Very much enjoyed it.
I was quite surprised actually that they put the title on Ricochet.
Well, I suppose Cole's had it a while.
Well, what was it? What, April?
Yeah.
So 4 months?
Yeah.
I thought
a little while.
Maybe.
Move around. I don't think Cole needs the title.
No, he never needed it in the first place. I thought they were going straight for the world title to begin with, but yeah. I'm guessing maybe now there's maybe a rematch on TV, and then they'll slowly transition up to the main. Not main roster. God, oh no, God no, not main roster. to the
NXT
world title. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Ricochet will have some fun with Dream and EC3 and things like that for a while Cole moves up. Anyway, moving swiftly on, women's title match. It came to my attention that Kairi Sane doesn't really rock the pirate look that much better than Paul Burchill. I'm honest with you.
I forgot about Paul Burchill. How great was he?
Yeah, I just dawned on me. I was like, oh yeah, pirate gimmicks. They're lame on everybody. Sorry. Yeah, little cartoony for me, if I'm honest with you. Kairi Sane's pirate gimmick. Especially the theme tune. Holy shit, I forgot about that.
She had a better one before this one she's got now. This new one, or whatever one.
Well,
rubbish.
This one feels like it's properly driving home the fact that, oh look, she's a pirate princess. And then the commentary team say it every 5 fucking seconds as well. And you're like, Jesus Christ, stop it.
I swear when they during the Women's Rumble, I think it was Cole or someone said about like she was into like boating, but that never mentioned anything about a pirate. So they keep changing their bloody minds on what she actually is.
Well, they mentioned that, yeah, she's like, when her entrance today, they started talking about yachting as well. And I was like, what? Yeah. Yachting and pirating are two very different things, as far as I'm aware, at least. Although I don't claim to be an expert on either of them. If I'm honest. This match, yeah, it existed. This was the lull of the show for me, if I'm honest with you.
See, I didn't mind this match.
Shayla Baszler's all right. I like her. I like her. The fact she's different. I don't know. I just wasn't hooked.
I like the finish where they got the choke on, and then she like does the Bret Hart pin, where it's like she just flips herself over.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of clever. I thought it kind of kept Baszler looking strong-ish. Like a shock victory rather than a dominant victory. So she's got that protecting her. I thought afterwards she was a bit too... she wasn't angry enough, like, or she was like wasn't reacting as if she'd been stunned. She was acting as if she'd just been well beaten and like was like tired from it and stuff. And I thought,
which was quite funny because she literally in the interview they did it backstage on the YouTube. They did an interview after saying Kairi Sane didn't beat me, I beat myself. So I think something like that. So
yeah, I'd have thought she'd been angrier, like and like kicked a chair over or something to show her annoyance.
She just should have just twatted her and like choked her out.
Yeah, she should.
That would make the new champion look weak.
So. Yeah, I don't know. She should have shown annoyance somehow. Maybe if she didn't beat her up immediately, but she should have definitely like freaked out. God damn it, or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it was an okay match. Like I say, I like Baszler's shtick. Kairi Sane's got a sweet elbow.
Does she have? Jeez.
But Pirate looks a bit stupid. I must admit, I haven't really seen much of Kairi Sane still. I'm not gonna lie, everybody. I didn't watch the Mae Young Classic. All right, get off my back. All right.
I didn't either.
Didn't watch it. Get off my back, everybody. Don't care. And also, you know, I haven't been watching TV, so fair enough. So, like, second impression of her, I was like, yeah, she's all right. But whatever.
I don't know who they're going to put next against her. There's not really that many ready women, I would imagine.
Well, I'm sure the Mae Young Classic will generate some people.
Oh yeah, well apparently, I think it's the winner of the Mae Young Classic faces her. I think that's the rules.
Yeah. So,
spoiler alert: it'll probably be Toni Storm because that's who's in the final.
Toni Storm. Na, 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 na.
I bet they're going to put the UK. They're going to put the UK one on Toni Storm, and then they might put the North one on Toni Storm, so she's double division champion.
Toni Storm. Na, 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 na. Also, that song works with David Starr. Who
doesn't love a bit of David Starr?
And really, what I'm saying is, God damn it, can we all just stop using the same songs for every single wrestler? That's my little rant over there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Matt Riddle got when I watched him on UK Indies, he got the Spandau Ballet Gold song where they plays Gold with Bro.
Bro, always believe in your bro. Something like that.
Very much, yeah.
I'm good at guessing. Well, I feel like I've kind of poo-pooed on the women's match there a little bit. Do you want to say anything to make it sound like I'm less of an arsehole?
Nah, that's your new gimmick now.
What do you mean new gimmick? That's my gimmick.
Oh yeah, see that's you. That's you.
Oh, Rob's being negative again. Oh, grumble. Piss off.
Whichever little siren alert saying negative alert coming.
All right, main event time. This is me drum rolling for the main event, by the way, FYI, just so everyone knows.
Hang on, you have real drums. Why don't you just use those? You're a drummer.
My drums are downstairs. It's Ciampa versus Gargano, or as William Regal said in the promo package, Gargano.
Gargano.
I fucking
is
heard
it. Is that you manga?
Couldn't get him to re-record that line, could you? Fucking hell. Lazy. All right, so I said earlier that I had a problem with last man standing matches. Thankfully, it wasn't made worse again by the fact that the crowd didn't do, pardon me, burping, didn't do the whole 10 for every count, because holy shit, that would have got old real fast. Yeah,
because Ty Dillinger is not over anymore, so it's not fun anymore.
That's true. The problem I have with last man standing matches is there's actually only so many times I can get hyped for a 10 count. Like, oh yeah, right, cool. We're at 9. Okay, so he's basically done a kip up and he's fine. Okay, cool. Right, he's done that. He won't do that every single time, surely. Right, here we go. Another 10 count. 7. Oh, he's definitely dead on the floor. 8. Ooh, he's definitely dead. 9. Oh no, he's back on his feet again. Christ, I mean, he looks like he's been given a shot of adrenaline there almost. He was showing no life and now he's fully alive.
I think there was one moment in that match before the finish where I thought, oh shit, this is actually going to end now.
Was it the table where Ciampa started throwing chairs and people on to Gargano?
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, holy fuck, he's going to lose here. I was like, fair enough. He's been literally buried.
If they didn't time that well, that could have been a very awkward.
Well, it was only at 8 when he started moving, and I was like,
yeah,
fucking hell, you're leaving it late, mate. I actually thought they were leaving it so late that it was going to be that he was only just beaten. That's what I assumed, like in that split second. Yeah, so that's my problem with last man standing matches, is they're not that. They don't flow well enough, in my opinion. They don't build to a crescendo well enough. Personally, like a regular one-on-one or whatever. You kind of have this weird. Also, no one's smart enough. So Ciampa, he does his all of his big moves. His 3 big moves of Project Ciampa, and he gets a chair that's in the ring, and he sits on it. Right? Referee starts his count. About 6 or 7, Gargano starts moving again. He just sits there. Then he gets kicked in the head. The second you see him moving, get off your chair, start smacking him with your chair, mate. What are you doing?
See,
try and win this match.
None of these people are watching their WWE network, because if they would have gone to if they would have found the John Cena Batista last man standing one, and they would use duct tape the feet around the post, this could all be over in seconds.
Yeah, it's actually funny. I told my girlfriend that's what happened in a previous match when I was trying to explain, because she was in the room when I was watching it. She wasn't watching it with me. She's got too much common sense. But I was saying to her, I was like, oh yeah, this one time with John Cena, Batista, blah blah blah, duct tape, and she just looked at me like.
Did she do what Batista does? Go, duct tape? Are you kidding me?
It's just like, what is this nonsense? I was like, yeah, fair enough. I mean, wrestling's wrestling, isn't it? I can't argue with that.
Wait till you tell her that you have to watch it, otherwise that's it, it's over. Nah, I'm telling you, of course, don't put her through that.
Jeez, I'm not.
Go from old shows, but don't put it through the current ones. Not worth it. Not worth it.
I wouldn't know where to start, if I'm honest. If I went, hey, let's watch some good wrestling, I'd be like, oh Christ, where?
Don't show the attitude out, for the love of God.
No, they wouldn't. It wouldn't. No, it wouldn't work. You can't show someone that as a starting point anymore. It doesn't work. I think showing somebody fresh off the bat, showing them the Money in the Bank with CM Punk might be quite good, because I feel like the emotion in that match is pretty, and in the crowd is pretty clear. I think they do quite a good job there. That might be a good starting point of the semi-modern era.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Perhaps. Anyway, yeah, back to this match. Really, I mean, I just slated last man standing matches, obviously. But that doesn't stop the match itself being good. What did you think?
I mean, it was a really good match. I'll give it that. I mean, I was more excited when they had Black in for the triple threat. So I thought, okay, it's a fresh part. They can hold this story off maybe till War Games or the Takeover or the Rumble or whatever. Give Ciampa a good few months as a heel champion or that. And then when Black got injured, I was like, and then so I either heard this or saw this online somewhere. What they should have done was that, so obviously Black's been taken out by someone, no one knows who it is. So
such a shame though, wasn't it? Such a shame.
Nice. Yeah. But it was someone like, and then so Adam Cole loses the North American title, and then later on he comes down to the ring and said he's inserted himself into the triple threat and then wins the title there.
Yeah. That'd be cool. That would have been cool.
But yeah, it was quite a shame because I was actually looking forward to that. But I mean, I do like the little whodunit storyline as well. So that's sort of, at least they're quite creative in that.
A little bit of intrigue. Yeah, I mean, they showed some people who were culprits, as it were.
Have you seen the video? Did you see the video of it?
I haven't seen it all. I haven't seen its pure one take.
Did you see the bit of Undisputed Era in their car? Because they just listened to their own theme song in the car.
To be fair, that theme tune's amazing. I was listening to that.
It's like one of the best of the last year. Very Rage Against the Machine, which I like. So. And there's me air guitar.
Boom. I love that theme. So, yeah. Yeah, loads of great spots to mention in this match. Spot through the Spanish announce table spot with the upside down table that gave me a fucking heart attack. Like, why are you risking impaling yourself? Holy shit.
But luckily it was a safe spot, so
yeah, in the end. Gargano super kicking random guy in the face and then having random guy thrown on him as part of debris to try and keep him down for the 10 count. There are loads more that I can't quite remember, if I'm honest. And then I suppose we fast forward to the ending, really.
I've been waiting to hear your thoughts on this.
Well, it was a bit dumb, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let's be honest, it was a bit dumb. It made Gargano look a bit ridiculous. This is the thing that annoyed me, right? So obviously, to paint the picture for anyone who hasn't seen it, and for some reason has come to this podcast of all podcasts for its wrestling knowledge, they're on the stage, just on the edge, effectively. Ciampa has been handcuffed to the side, and Gargano is slowly kicking his head in. It's going pretty well. He keeps interrupting the 10 count to kick him some more, which is a rookie error.
Well, it was sometimes, but then at the same time, how they had Ciampa, he was like literally he could stand up.
Well, yeah,
on the edge of the stage.
This is the problem, of course. So Gargano decides to go big or go home, kick him right in the face again. In doing so, he basically does a Randy Orton punt, effectively. How I imagine it. In doing so, he throws himself forward into a conveniently placed table and set of boxes. And somehow, and I know the accumulated damage through the match might have finally made all of his bars red and whatnot. But to have Gargano suddenly dead, having just done the move. And
all we had to do,
Ciampa roll over and win because technically he's standing up.
Yeah, all we do is like stand on one leg, and that was it. Yeah, this finish was a bit
lackluster. It kind of deflated the atmosphere, I felt.
Like I'll give him credit for like trying to be a bit creative, because I've never seen anyone handcuffed to the edge of the stage and then win by like just literally just like staggering to his feet,
Yeah.
or just slide off the stage, touch his feet by the 10, and then just fall back down.
Yeah.
But yeah, this did not help Johnny Gargano in one bit at all.
It was So it was kind of a bit of a sour note, because I was like, yeah, is that really how we're ending it?
But
like, I know Ciampa needs to win. Well, they wanted Ciampa to win, so that's fine. And they wanted it to look like a skin of the teeth moment, and they didn't want Gargano to look too weak. But they just made this is what WWE do: is they make their baby faces stupid. And I can't support a stupid person.
Well, the only thing I'll say is I'll see where the story goes, because NXT usually there's a reason to why, and this I've heard people say there might be a heel turn for Gargano because he's going to go like crazy and
He's lost it.
Ciampa.
Yeah,
he's lost it, and maybe he was the one that tapped Black to just make it a singles match.
Maybe they could go that way, absolutely. In fairness, you're right. Give NXT the benefit of the doubt.
I mean, I say it wasn't the best finish, but I say if it actually leads to somewhere, I mean, it still won't be the best finish, but I'll say okay, I can understand why they went that way.
Touché. Yeah, and that's where we leave it. That is NXT Brooklyn 4 done. Out of the 4 Brooklyns, can't really. How would you rate? As good as last year? Maybe it was better than last year.
Last year was.
I should have thought about this first. I shouldn't have just dragged this question out of my arse. I should have thought about it and rated them.
I know it was McIntyre, Rude for the title. And that's where Undisputed Era debuts.
Yeah.
They had Gargano and Almas, and that was actually a really good match. They had Authors of Pain and Sanity. Oh, they had Ember Moon, Asuka. That was good.
Anyway, I liked it. I like this show. My criticisms aside, but gotta remember, take my criticisms with a pinch of salt, because I complain about everything, because it's what I do, but I enjoy things at the same time.
Here.
Dan, did you want to say any words about SummerSlam? I'll be hands up honest, I haven't watched any of it, but I do know the results.
I'm just fucking glad they finally got the Roman Reigns title win out now, so I don't have to fucking hear about it anymore.
I'm devastated. I'd have preferred to keep the belt on Brock Lesnar, if I'm completely honest. Can't stand Roman Reigns, not interested.
I don't care about Brock. I don't care about Roman. They should put the belt on Braun, but they didn't.
I'd much prefer Lesnar to Roman Reigns, but whatever. Moving on. Anything else did you want to say?
No. Main roster sucks. Sorry, but it just does.
Unfortunately, I can't comment on it. Like I say, didn't watch it, and I'm not going to watch it.
I did briefly watch Joe and AJ, and that was really good, and I liked the end of that. That was actually quite good. So
yeah,
but it's AJ and Joe, of course.
True.
And yeah, and apparently the Shield are back together again, from what I read on Raw.
Oh, cool. Coming out to their same theme tune, perhaps? Oh, wait, no, that's just Roman Reigns' theme tune, isn't it?
Actually, no, there is a sort of difference, but you have to be...
They say Shield at the start of it, and then it's Roman Reigns'...
No, you can tell in the guitar tone.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'll have to show you one day, but
that's
not really important, so...
So, Dan.
But yeah. Yes, Rob.
When are we next doing a podcast?
Well... Let's see. Is there any big event? Well, I did suggest All In, but you might be away. So
I think we can fit it in the week after. Something like we've done this week. We watched it over the weekend, and we've done it now.
I need to find out if I could watch it. See, I'm sure we can find some.
General rule is we're going to try and do All In. Obviously, the independent show from the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega and all of that lot. We're going to try and do that. If we don't do that, probably it'll be the next NXT takeover. And that's kind of going to be our thing, I think, for a little while. Oh, and New Japan shows as and when we feel like it. I'm not going to do this too often. It's not going to be super regular. We're certainly not going to start doing main roster shows. for now. Sorry, Dan, if you want.
So you've saved me. I was going to say we maybe can find a little project. We can watch old shows or something like that. We don't know yet.
Oh yeah, well we can talk about this. We'll see.
We can throw that in there.
Things to do, absolutely. Yeah. So come back next time, whenever the hell that's going to be. All right, time for some cheap plugs. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can come watch me on stream. Twitch.tv/we for androids. Fort as in fight, FOUGHT. If you're already watching this on Twitch, you're probably thinking I'm a madman right now. Keep watching me. Hi, how's it going, everybody? You can also check out the website that I no longer write for, but I promise I'll start writing for again. fortsoneverything.co.uk. I'll start writing on that again, I swear. Reviews and wrestling and shit like that. I stream Monday to Wednesdays, playing games with my friends. We're all bad at them. It's funny, kind of. But yeah, we'll see you next time for some more wrestling fun. Isn't that right, Dan?
That is correct. A bid farewell to our one fan who's listening.
Got to start somewhere, Dan. You got to start somewhere.
We've got no fans.
You got no fans. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.
See you next time. Be right back, I swear. Thanks very much. Toodaloo.